Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Now we're still in Unit 1 and today we're going to cover the topic of user input and how to use it. We just type in input followed by parentheses, and inside those parentheses you can put whatever prompt you want. Like, what is your name? Simple enough. We run it, pops up here. There's also cursor space where I can use to type my name. There we go. It works. Now, this format looked a little bad to the eye. You know, like it was, my name's like right after the question mark. So to solve that problem, there's a special technique. Inside the quotation marks, but after your entire string or whatever you want the reader or the user to read, you do a backward slash, so that is right above the enter key, and then N. This will essentially move the cursor down one line, so it's much more friendlier on the user. Now if I run it, there you go, the cursor, instead of being after the question mark, it's one line below. There we go. Now, so far this input is not any good because we're not storing it anywhere. So to store the input, we have to declare it to a variable. So let me just type in answer equals input, and then we can print the answer back to the user. Let's see if this will work. Here, I'll put my full name in. Let's see. Yep, the entirety is printed out. Okay, now what else can we do with this? Well, we have covered conditionals, which are basically if and else if and else statements, right? If you haven't watched our previous video on it, I highly recommend that you check it out. So let's just write a conditional. Okay, we can also do else if statement. And then what if we can go on and on so forth to list all the days of the week. But then the most important thing that you should remember for every conditional if statement that you have is to include an else statement as well, right? So else, let's just say if the user misinterpreted the question and put like January, I don't know, for whatever reason. So that's why we have an else statement. Let's try this out and see if it will work. What is your favorite day of the week? Saturday. Yup, it works. And let's just say if we type in, I don't know, August, because there we go. Now what if someone was just lazy and instead of typing Saturday with a capital S, they wrote Saturday. Obviously, they spelled it correctly, right? How should they know that it should be with a capital S? So that's why there's something very handy called the dot lower method, right? You can do that with any string per se. So in our conditionals right here, right after answer, we put dot lower, and make sure your answer is also all lowercase, lower. And now let's see if it'll work. Okay, let me try Monday this time. Yep, even though it was all caps, the dot lower method really worked. So a quick recap of this video. To get an input from the user, use the input method. You can store that inside of a variable, and you can use that variable in a set of conditionals or for any other reason. Another thing that we learned was the /n method. It moves the cursor one line down, which is very useful. And of course the dot lower method, which in reality can convert any string to all lowercase, but in our case we store the input as a string and we convert that to dot lower to met our conditionals. Thank you so much for watching this.